Harry is in Southwark. You want to talk about Mark Carney, Harry?
Yes, well, I was just listening to your previous call about what Carney was saying. My point, I think, was if we can't trust the Governor of the Bank of England, then who can we trust? I mean, it's a highly polarised debate, whichever way you look. So our most senior economist in the UK is saying it's not a good idea if we fall out of the European Union without a deal.
Do you not think that he's entered the world of politics in some of his comments? Not all of them, but some of them.
It's because has been against Brexit generally. I mean, he's never come out saying, I'm a Remainer.
Well, he hasn't actually said those words, but I think we all know what the truth is.
Well, do we?
I think we do.
Well, he's the outgoing Governor of the Bank of England. He's not politically tied. He was appointed by the previous Chancellor, but it's not a it's not a rotation like government.
No, but I think in the referendum campaign he made various interventions and speeches which left us in little doubt as to how he would vote if he had a vote, which he didn't.
He made interventions, but it wasn't. This is as an economist. I mean, his position is as the chairman of the Bank of England. He's not, not as a pro-Brexit Tory politician. If the bank is not the most independent body that we've got when it comes to economy, the economy, then who is? We're all lay,
lay commentators.
Yes, indeed. But where can we get some independent views? Are there any?
That's a really interesting question, isn't it? Because I think everybody starts from a premise that, well, you either do support Brexit or you don't, and that colours everybody's views on that, including my own, I suppose. I mean, I like to think I can look at things dispassionately and make up my own mind, but of course, when you consistently make a case for a particular argument, and in this case Brexit, then people accuse you of not being able to see the wood for the trees because you're ideologically driven. I'm not ideologically driven. I came to the conclusion I've not always wanted to leave the EU at all. In fact, I used to do debates arguing in favour of the common market as it then was, or the European Economic Community. It's only in recent years that my mind was changed, and even up to David Cameron's failed renegotiation in February 2016, I hadn't really made up my mind which way I would vote, and I then decided after that there was no turning back and that there was no way that the EU was ever going to reform. So I voted to leave, and I still don't regret that vote. If there came a time when I thought it was in our national interest to reverse that vote, I would say so. But I don't. I think that, as Nelson Chamisa said, we can't thieve the will of the people, and the will of the people was expressed in that referendum. And Theresa May was absolutely right when she said that it must be delivered on. What a shame she's resigned from that a little bit, in a sense, because the Chequers Accord, of course, in my view, leads us to a Brexit in name only. On that bombshell, we will come back to your calls in a moment. It's 5:47. Let's get the latest news headlines from Thomas Watts.